Well, that's it. We'll get you ready for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. Is already here. And then Tayo, we also spoke about the role of penalties.
Oh, boy.
That's one a lot of footballers don't even want.
Cruel.
Because they can just go anywhere.
Cruel way to decide a football game. But it's part of it now. It's one of those things that make football very dramatic. Unlike a sport like basketball where you can't draw a match and you keep going to overtime and you keep going until you win.
Yeah.
You know? But football is different. After the allotted extra time, you go into penalties, and it's one of the most cruel ways of losing a game. And we have examples of legendary footballers that have lost penalty kicks. You mentioned US 94 there,
Yeah.
Brazil versus Italy. Roberto Baggio, arguably the best player at that tournament.
And then got messed up.
Oh my goodness, Kai's penalty so high, the ball hasn't landed yet. So these things happen. It's a very sad. It's not a very good way to end the game, but that's it.
It remains the unpredictable decider. Look at the man on the screen, Asamoah Gyan.
Yeah,
did everything for his country.
Still,
and then that final minute.
All he had to do was put that penalty in the net, and Uruguay would have been out, and Ghana would have been in the semifinals. That would have been historic. But then it wasn't meant to be. It looks easy. Penalties look easy because you're facing the goalkeeper. You know,
you've taken your spot.
Yeah,
you're confident you're going to score.
Yes,
and then something just goes wrong.
And it's just 12 yards away from goal. And you're like, yeah, I'm putting this one in the net. And things happen.
Just wondering what was going through the mind of Baggio. How did I sky this?
It's the pressure. The pressure is immense. You can take 20 penalties in training and score all of them. But when you're right there under the lights, in front of the fans, and with a goalkeeper, all of a sudden the post looks small. I don't know. I end up making rash decisions.
I don't know, these professionals. I think what you guys need to do, go and see the video of the Channels National Kids Cup. Watch Toy Battle Nursery and Primary School and see the way they play their penalties. And then maybe you guys will start scoring. But Tayo, we're getting set. What do you think Brazil will deliver?
Now, Brazil right now, they're under pressure to actually win the World Cup. It is very clear. The target is clear there. They've not won it on home soil before. And there's an opportunity for them to actually to do it. Yeah, it will be very tough because some very great teams are coming to the tournament.
That's it. I'll keep your words, Tayo. So we're talking about the 2014 FIFA World Cup. It kicks off today in Brazil. Africa will be represented big time. 5 African countries. The lead is Nigeria, African champions. We're waiting. What can Africa give? We haven't won the World Cup yet, but I know this year Africa will impress. I still will keep talking about Africa. We've heard a lot of theme songs for the FIFA World Cup. We've seen Shakira, we've seen Jennifer Lopez, we've seen Pitbull. I want to go back 4 years ago, in 2010, when Africa for the first time hosted the World Cup. Madiba the Great, thank you so much for the role you played in bringing the World Cup to Africa. Let's relive the moment with a theme song, Kenan, Waving Flag. We'll be right back.
I will be stronger, they'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. Fire, give me reason, take me higher. See the champions take the field now. Unify us, make us feel proud. In the streets our heads are lifting as we lose our inhibition. Celebration, it surrounds us. Every nation, all around us. Sing forever young, singing songs underneath the sun. Let's rejoice in the beautiful game. And together at the end of the day, we all say, when I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes. When I get older, I will be stronger. They'll call me freedom, just like a waving flag. And then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes back, and then it goes, oh, 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 oh. celebration, it surrounds us. Every nation, all around us, sing forever young.
That is when Africa showed the world that yes, we can sing, we can play football, and of course, we can dance. And then Madiba, the great Nelson Mandela, rest in peace. But then the world of sport will never forget all you did in ensuring that Africa put together a world-class World Cup in 2010. Tayo.
Yeah, world class indeed. And the hairs on the back of my neck actually stood up. Doing that particular song, incredible. And there's been a lot of talk about this year's theme song by FIFA. It's not been well received, to say the least. But I'm sure viewers at home actually enjoyed that one.
Yeah.
They can enjoy the 2014 and they can as well enjoy the 2010 theme song.
Just keep going back, just rewind time for years and then go back. And also, remember, the opening game, it's Brazil and Croatia. Tayo, that indeed is a cracker of a start.
Oh my goodness, cracker. And in games like this, it is the pressure is immense and it's usually very tense. The first game of a World Cup, you expect both sides to be cautious, but then the pressure is more on Brazil than it is on Croatia. Brazil going into this World Cup as one of the favorites have to get 3 points.
Yep.
And I fully expect them to hit the ground running.
Remember Brazil and coached by Luis Felipe Scolari. Tayo, his experience.
Yeah.
Will be needed.
Yeah, definitely. It's won it before. Remember in 2002 when they won it in Korea, Japan, Brazil were not one of the favorites. And he managed to put together a very good team that had all the Ronaldinhos and the Ronaldos. And they ended up winning the World Cup then. This time around, Brazilian fans expect Brazil to go on and win the World Cup.
Some of the players, Brazil, Dani Alves, Thiago Silva, David Luiz, Fernandinho, Marcelo, Hulk, Paulinho, Fred, Neymar, Oscar, Julio Cesar, Dante, Maxwell, Enrique, Ramirez, Luis Gustavo, Hernanes, William, Bernard, Joe.
It's awesome. And there's Michael
And
there.
there's Michael with his experience.
Incredible stuff there. Quality all over the park. I'm looking at that center defensive partnership between David Luiz and Thiago Silva. That would be very key as well too, because I believe a Scolari team loves to build from the back. So the defense has to be solid enough there, complemented by Dani Alves on the right side and probably Marcelo on the left. I think Brazil have a very solid spine, a solid base to build on for the likes of Neymar.
That's it.
And Fred.
I was waiting for it to mention Neymar. That's it. The big revelation at the Confederations Cup.
Yes.
He would want to consolidate.
Yeah, he has to right now. This dude, I don't want to be in his position right now under a lot of pressure, under immense pressure to deliver. I remember the last time Brazil are doing these things. They have a chosen one. Right now, he's the chosen one to lead Brazil to the promised land. And we'll see whether he can deliver. He definitely has the quality to deliver. He has the personality as well too, and he has the character to deliver. Still very young. We have to remember that. So if it doesn't do it this year, then he can always do it some other times. Neymar, very good player. I just want to go back to France '98 now as well. Ronaldo in France '98 was the chosen one. He led Brazil to that final against host France. But unfortunately, we know what happened before the game. He got healed and he couldn't really deliver. And it was pilloried all over the place and they didn't care whether it was just the final. But Neymar now, big task for him, and he has to really be on top of his game to deliver.
He has a lot of need to justify the noise that the world has made about it. But let's not just talk about Brazil. Let's talk about Croatia also. A lot of people might not be able to run through the names as we did for Brazil. But remember, we have the likes of Kaluka there. There's Luka Modric. There's Jelavic. There is Ivica Orlic. This is Mario Mandzukic.
Look at them. This guy is a quality player.
They can create an upset.
Absolutely. Ivica Orlic, Mandzukic. These are great goal scorers any day.
Luka Modric in his time.
Luka Modric in the center of the park can pull the strings. And there's actually this dude there as well too, Ivan Rakitic. That dude is going to go to Barcelona eventually. It tells you the quality he has for Barcelona to be after him.
And the name that says he wants to impress at this World Cup, Eduardo.
Exactly. So it will be an easy game for Brazil. There's no doubt about it. But Brazil playing in front of their own fans, they really have to hit the ground running. Like they don't really have a choice.
And for the name that it is Brazil, just what it is. But then as we'll get get ready for the World Cup. Some folks are still bitter. They're saying, we want this, we want that. Tayo, workers going on strike and all of that. I strongly believe it will stop the fun.
Now, it won't stop the fun. Unfortunately, really, this Brazil World Cup, you can't talk about it without talking about the distractions. Actually, I don't want to say distractions because it's more than that. The real airport workers now, they've down tools. All because they want to pay a rise. This is just the perfect rally. Now, seriously,
the world is watching us, so let's talk.
It's the perfect rallying point for them to make their feelings known, and we'll see how this pans out eventually. But it's not a good one. World Cup games will be played in Rio as well. So the sooner they sort this out, and the better it will be for the smooth running of the World Cup.
Okay, let's go back quickly. If you got some time, just take a look at some of the groups. We know Group A is Brazil, Croatia.
Yeah, that's the game we're starting with tonight, and it will be a very tight game. It will be very intense, like you expect in a World Cup hope now. But then I'm tipping Brazil to get all 3 points.
If I should just fast forward, Group F, Nigeria, Iran, Bosnia-Herzegovina, and Argentina. And then yesterday, Tayo, I had to go back and see the show we did, and then I couldn't stop laughing when Clemens Vesta said he doesn't even know how to pronounce Herzegovina. They shouldn't, be of any problem to Nigeria, but they can.
Yeah, obviously they're making a debut, so they're not the world, they're not a superpower in football like the Brazils and the Germans and other teams like that. But then it is a very solid side. They came through the qualifiers in impressive fashion. So if you underestimate them, you're doing it at your own peril.
So that's it. Our 2014 FIFA World Cup is here already. Who isn't talking to us now? You have every reason in the world to start talking to us on Twitter with channels_sports, on Facebook with channels-sports. The Super Eagles of Nigeria on the 16th. We file out against Iran. Tayo, what will Coach Stephen Keshi be saying to his team?
The message will be very clear. They have to be very focused and they have to be business-like in that game. There's no time. This is not friendly anymore. It's the D-Day for Nigeria. We still have a lot of time to talk about that game and what is likely to be for the country. But then I'm sure Keshi, he's been there, he's done it before. I'm sure he can motivate his players to actually get the job done against Iran.
So let's say after Iran, you play Bosnia. Don't be too stiff. Come out, show Argentina that you can play good football, having in mind that a victory will just take it to the next round.
Yeah, but that'll depend on the results the country gets in the first 2 games. If they manage to get 6 points or 4 points in the first 2 games against Iran and Bosnia, then they can go into the Argentina game without any form of pressure, without too much pressure, and express themselves. We all know in terms of quality, we belong to different echelons if we compare the two sides and everything. So a lot would depend. A lot will be depending on what we get in the first 2 games against Iran and Bosnia.
Okay, that's it. I think I'm done. I'm listening to Tayo. I want to talk to you because after this show, we'll go and sit down on Twitter and Facebook and talk to you about the 2014 FIFA World Cup. It's the 20th edition. Africa is yet to go beyond the quarter-final stage. Coach Stephen Keshi is optimistic that he can. He believes. He knows the team he has. Remember, the African champions that they can impress. I think that's all we need to take back.
Yeah, it's all about belief. You don't go into this kind of tournaments without believing. If you're going there not believing in your own ability, then there's no point really. So good luck to the boys, good luck to the Super Eagles. Hopefully they make the country proud and surpass. It's all about surpassing the 1994 feat, actually equaling it now. I think we should take it 1 game at a time. Yeah, let's
get. When you equal it, just go beyond.
Yeah, so let them equal it first of all and get out of the group stage. Then they'll take it from there. But Austin, we were talking about the groupings earlier on. There's this group of death. I don't think you agree with it, but I actually believe it's a group of death. It has England. It has it's got Costa Rica, it's got Italy as well too. So you just look at the side, like England, they're in a very tough predicament really. Like if they might not make it out of that group, and it will be very sad for football in general because we know the kind of atmosphere English fans bring into major tournaments.
That's it. We also know the sort of atmosphere Africa brings, and Africa is represented big time by Nigeria, Ghana,
Nigeria, Ghana, Algeria is there as well too.
Côte d'Ivoire.
They've been Côte d'Ivoire, Cameroon.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's it. Cameroon is there
yeah.
with Samuel Eto'o.
Yeah.
Just got off me because the fever is already here. The World Cup is around and we
Let's see a
can't just stop
doctor.
talking about it. 20th edition in Brazil. The world is ready. Africa is ready to impress. Nigeria wants to tell the world that we can play football. That's it. That's where the final whistle goes over this edition of Sports This Morning on Channels Television. We're back again tomorrow to talk some more sports. The 2014 FIFA World Cup, all the latest, the updates, the news, behind the scenes. Channels Television is your best companion on behalf of the ever-dedicated sports team at Channels Television Sports Center in Lagos, Nigeria. My name is Austin Okon-Akpan. The World Cup is around. What else do you want to talk about? In everything you do, remember, keep talking sports. Bye for now.